So we have Lana's level 2 spear over here. And we have Lana's level 3 spear over here. Pick and choose. We're going to get the level 2 spear this video. But it's kind of funny that it's actually kind of easier to reach the level. Well, it's just as easy to reach the level 3 spear as it is to reach the level 2.
They are weirdly placed out. Like, I feel like some level 3s are like you can get to them no problem, but then there's some level 3s you really want, and they're like behind massive barriers of bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah! Like all the weapons that are in the red area in the top part of the top part of the map are basically really hard to get.
Well, it's like when you're playing the 3DS version, and there's this place to get Young Link, but to get him, you have, as I said before, you have to fight either Agatha or the other douchebag that I don't play, and Sant, and I don't play any of them. I'm wasting all my money for one character.
Sant is a good character though, honestly. You should probably be practicing against him, if you get him, that is.
I have him, but fuck no.
Fair enough. So,
although playing with Agatha has been noticed that her strong 2 is like the best she can have because it deals the most damage, and it says it's a short combo of it. You can spam it pretty heavily.
Is that the one where she, like, someone say giant beetle?
Yes.
Yeah, I also felt like that was the only proper attack she has. Well, we'll get to it when we...
Well, it has a long charge up, which is the weakness, but still, like, it's still one of the strongest, because even enemies that shield, they only shield the initial attack, and then the kind of swing that it does deals the most damage, and that's the one I never guard against, so just spamming that is good enough.
Yeah, I don't know, it's kind of... Well, I mean, I guess we'll get to it when we get to Hagita.
Yeah, of course.
It's kind of interesting because she's really more of an aerial character, honestly. I mean, outside of her beetle attack, yeah, but she also has the gimmick where she can fly up into the ground, into the air, and start dive bombing.
Would it make more sense then if, since she's a more aerial character, that her element would be lightning then?
Yeah, but she is clearly not a lightning Lolita. She's clearly a light Lolita. No, wait, what element even is she? Is she lightning? She's light, right?
She's light.
Yeah, right.
Or holy, if you want to make it easier to say it.
No, it's not. No, it's not holy. It's light. It's what there's a clear difference. It's not like we're summoning the goddesses or something as light.
I didn't be like that. Jesus Christ. It's easier to find by saying holy and lightning.
I was playing Final Fantasy.
Yeah, we're cutting a whole lot because using this thing is god awful. It's like
also,
forever.
And also, like, I mean, showing up as me taking over actual important keeps instead of, you know, the other ones.
Yeah.
Also, it's really funny when the game just spawns powerful enemy troops right on top of you in the keep. That happens sometimes. Thankfully, I mean, this is a pretty simple capture all keeps mission because there's only 2 keeps. But
oh yeah. But you still need to fulfill the A rank requirement, which says during less than a certain amount of time, you need to reach at least a minimum to be on the safety time 1,200 KOs and get, I don't know, the damage always seems to be
4,000, less than 4,000 damage.
Less than 4,000, so yeah. It's still that stupid requirement.
Yeah, I mean.
Also, there's a reason why Cordelia keeps spamming this attack. It's because that's the strongest one. It's a big white.
Honestly, it's the one attack I feel that she has that actually feels like it does damage. Like.
Well, it's also because it has an insane reach. It's like a massive shotgun, basically.
Oh, also, actually, I knew I had forgotten about to mention something. So the game spawned a bunch of these Lysalpos at us that were charging, that were like just going straight for the allied base. But so I felt like, I don't really need to worry about them. And then I you look at the map about like 2 minutes later and I said, oh, okay, those guys are almost at the allied base. Maybe I should go and take care of them. And
you did.
Yeah, right before they got into the allied base. They basically are like, I don't know, they were like assault troops, I guess. They were just going to the allied base and gonna mess things up. Kind of interesting that they have assault, like, assault troops even before they were actual like named assault troops.
Yeah, but it's not like a difference. Like they were still like the same anyway. Just gun straight for for whatever they're supposed to be programmed by.
Yeah, they just go straight for the target and then just go crazy.
It's not like they got extra defense.
Well, I mean, one of them had a boost, had a power up, but that was it, yeah. Oh well.
Heart.
Art container, yeah, I think.
Earth, wind, fire. Art. Now we can summon Captain Planet.
Yay!
90s reference.
90s reference that actually didn't happen in our country because we live in Sweden.
Actually, that show was aired over here.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
That's.
I've actually seen this. I've actually seen the show.
Did it have a? It must have had it dubbed then.
It was dubbed.
I'm wrong.
Dude.
Okay then.
Dude, there are like tons of shows like that was like 80s and 90s in the US, but basically became our 90s.
Wow, that's kind of really weird, honestly.
You know all those like shows like Gummy Bears and DuckTales. That's technically 80s shows, but that's 90s for us.
Yeah, now that you mention it, that is interesting actually. That's also really weird, honestly.
Yeah, that's because like Sailor Moon, that was 80s, but that's our 90s.
Yeah, it's weird how transferring shows over, like, because they had to dub them, and it took, and the 90s,
yeah,
the 80s took a long time to dub and also get the shows over.
Oh yeah, that too, but that's because they saw later how popular they were, and like we should do that to these our kids, so they can also buy tons of stuff that they don't need.
Only 10 years later, but it's still good because you can still get money from it.
That's a fun thing. Like, you know how there's always the running joke that you always claim to be from a period you were barely born in.
Yeah.
And I was actually born, at the end of the 80s.
So you're an 80s kid.
Technically, I did relive the 80s. I lived the 80s. Yeah. It's just happened in the 90s. That's why I thought it was. I remember many years ago when people were talking like stuff that happened in there. It's like, but I remember this when I was like I remember this shit. Like,
yeah, it's kind of funny because this the 90s Spider-Man cartoon I remember, and I remember watching it a lot.
Oh, yeah.
But it was like early noughties, so.
Yeah, well, I remember that too. Like that. But that's because it also takes some time to get over here, because they need to like gauge how good it is before they start even thinking about taking over.
Yeah, gauging how good it is and dubbing it, because it's a children's show, it has to be dubbed. And
well, at least I would say this: the 90s, they were actually pretty good. The dubs, I remember many of the dubs being really good.
Well, acceptable at least.
I would say it was actually pretty. It was on par with English dub actually. It's like the 90s is what like anime English dub is now. At least there's some quality to it rather than was before. Where
yeah.
Now it feels like I'm hearing the same goddamn kid voicing every shonen main character over here in Swedish language. And I was like, really?
I'm sure that Swedish dubbing will have a renaissance at some point.
I mean, I'm not watching much Swedish dub anyway.
Yeah, obviously.
I mean, I did actually stumble upon one cartoon that I'm already watching, like The Amazing World of Gumball. Oh. And the Swedish dub is really good, actually.
Oh.
Better than I ever thought.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah,
people pay attention to it.
Yeah, so the few people who are Swedish, you should at least see it, engage on. But I thought it was better than I thought it would be.
Oh, right, it's this video. So, okay, so what happened here was that for some reason, when I was recording Impas level 3 Naginata thing here, it actually, part of, the beginning of this video, it essentially made the entire video corrupt. So first of all, I had to transfer the video to another format, and then I had to cut out that first part where I blew up where I open up the A ranker board. So yeah, you had to the water. It was a rock in the water, and you had to use the water bomb somewhere on that space.
Okay, so they call you fucked it up.
Yeah, this is what I get for not getting a new capture card. So yeah, it is my fault, I guess. It's also because that's also why this part of the video may be a bit
rushed.
No, less quality, I guess you could say.
I don't see a difference for me at least.
Yeah, it's how many
I
frames
mean,
are being shown and whatnot, but oh well. So yeah, sorry about that, but I'd rather have like the first take of me, also be showing how I got the weapon rather than me doing it again later on and like, oh yeah, also there was supposed to be a weapon here.
so I played this a month ago and finally got to level 3. I had to do this twice, mostly because I screwed up at one point and didn't get enough KOs. Uh,
Uh,
I was short by a couple of KOs, so I had to redo it. I was furious, but at the same time, I thought, you know what? I'm still having fun because I get to play with the Naginata again.
yeah, the Naginata is a pretty good weapon, honestly. So.
It's it's an amazing weapon. I wish, you know what? I think they wish that that was her main weapon. Playing this one from the beginning, that would be awesome. Still, I got nothing against, the giant knife, but
Yeah, but I don't know
I just
honestly
love
which
this
one I
all.
like more, honestly, because. And also,
Uh,
yeah, and as you saw there, yeah, as Bad Gamer mentioned, when we got the
many videos
Naginata the
ago.
first time, the swords in that special pack actually change depending on what weapon, on what version of the Naginata you have. So that's cool.
Actually, I wonder, does it change then if you have the 8-bit
Probably,
versions?
honestly.
That would be cool.
You know what's funny actually? The 8-bit weapon there's actually an 8-bit weapon for the Great Fairy. It actually turns the Great Fairy into an 8-bit character.
Really?
Yeah.
I have not seen that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I will be able to show it off in this series or not, but yeah, there is actually an 8-bit version of the Great Fairy.
Hmm.
And it looks really weird, honestly.
I guess I gotta look that up because, well, I'm probably never gonna get the chance to see that one for a long time.
Mm.
I mean, Christ, I'm still
Yeah,
not
it's
done with
probably hidden
Adventure.
somewhere.
I'm still not done with Adventure Mode on Wii U, and right now I'm taking a break from the game because, like, seriously, playing so much of it, and especially when a character you don't want to play, just to continue on is
Yeah,
really annoying.
like when you get stuck in a place and it's unlike, it's
Well,
honestly
right
like
now,
that would that would
right now, I technically am stuck, so my only solution is like grinding for cash or grinding for levels. And there's only like a couple places where grinding for cash is, is a place where you at least get a steady amount of it. Problem is, it's a long ass stage, so it takes a very long time. Or you grind with the character you hate.
yeah. So that's
So right now I'm taking a
that's kind of the problem, the weakness I guess of the Hyrule Warriors, where you so
yeah.
when you get stuck, it's you get stuck for a long time, or you gotta have some sort of luck. I mean, you can
I
manipulate
think
it using potions and whatnot.
I think as a general rule, like if you think a game starts to become a chore, take a break and come back later to it.
Mm.
Because that happened. I remember I I played. A good example for me that would be Destiny. Like I hadn't played it. Like I played it quite a while when it came out. Took a break. Didn't play it until almost like Taken King came out.
Mm.
I thought it was fun. Then I played like Taken King for like a 2 solid months, like almost every day. And then I didn't play it until 2 months ago. And all of a sudden, like when did this game become fun again? Well, I hadn't played it for a while. That's why.
Yeah, it was kind of the same with me. I took a break from Final Fantasy 14, and then I come back like 3 months later, and it's like, man, I kind of missed a bit, but it was a good break from the game.
Yeah, the same I did with Overwatch.
Mm.
Played it straight for every day for like the first month, and then I didn't play it for 2 months because I was burned out on it. And then I came back to like this game is fun again. Especially now with Anna, I'm getting really good with her.
So we should probably mention that the gimmick that we basically skipped.
Oh, this is a
Didn't
gimmick
talk
it
about.
is? Alright.
Yeah, the item thief. How that works is that
Oh, I hate them.
yeah, how it works is that the item thief spawns at a it spawns at a random location somewhere on the map, and it will start going straight for you. If the item thief would touch you or get really close to you, it will steal all your items. In fact, I believe it even will steal the fairies that you've gotten in the keeps.
I thought they said like one item at a time if they managed to hit you.
I'll pull up. Well, actually, I
Or,
can look it up
maybe
properly right now, but I'm pretty sure it's.
Or maybe they changed that in the Legends version.
Yeah, let me look it up properly. Actually, I mention it because I don't remember properly.
And also, there's also a magic thief, and Deus are fucking annoying, especially if you have one. Just if you have like full magic.
Oh, they'll steal your magic.
There is, I think, someone called Magic Thief.
Yeah,
or something
steals a
like
warrior's magic before temporarily retreating and repairing something else. Okay, yeah, Iron Thief. Steals usable items such as bombs before temporarily retreating and reappearing somewhere else. They
To
can
steal-
steal multiple items at a time. So yeah, so they can steal each and every one of your items
Yeah,
if they would
but
want to. But sometimes they'll just steal one item, sometimes they'll steal multiple items. The point is, you do not want to get touched by them at all. So the safest bet is just use a special attack from far away.
yeah.
Or, you know, if you have a good weapon like the Naginata, actually, it could be a pretty good weapon for just doing it, attacking the enemy from far away, actually. So yeah, that's ways of taking care of the item thief. Don't be too close to them. There's also the item transporter, as you saw there. They just carry around a treasure, and that's it. I don't really get them, honestly.
Me neither.
Yeah, they drop a weapon once you defeat them, which means cool, I guess.
Hey, free weapon.
I mean, you can just considering how many weapons this game drops anyway. So also it took a long time for. I mean, I did not want to play nice. So
Well, also you could see that you didn't do much damage anyway, so.
yeah, I don't know.
Because you did not have her opposite. You weren't using a holy weapon.
Yeah, that's another thing that.
And that's a fucking annoying thing when you play with Agatha and doing her in the DS. Because here's the thing, you're fighting Ganon, but the final boss is Link, and you're both using holy weapons. Like, and Agatha was like level 20. You know how long that's gonna take, but at the same time you fucking balancing like, like, Allied base is about to go down with roughly the amount that there is now on the enemy camp. You're doing here to capture this keep, and you're trying to defeat Link before that runs out. Yeah, no, it's not. That's not possible.
Mm. Yeah, it's weird because all the that's the one thing we haven't actually mentioned. All the characters in this game actually have a element weakness, which is
it's the weapon that does it. So
yeah, but it's another reason why I don't really like the elements in this game because they apply to so many things and it's not really that super fun.
It's like if you know you're gonna. If the fight doesn't require you to have a specific weapon, you know majority of the enemies is gonna be like darkness. Go there with the holy weapon, and you're gonna more or less, dominate without any issues. But
yeah, but of course, like they don't even do that properly because as you can see here, we're fighting darkness enemies while using a fire weapon. So
well, that's because to give you an extra hard time too, because you're just dealing normal damage. Had it been fighting Darunia or maybe Fire Rod Link, this would have taken even longer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so not only do they have a elemental weakness, they also have an elemental resistance. So basically, it's just Pokemon all over again. Thank you very much, Koei Tecmo.
I think it's like fire beats lightning, lightning beats water, water beats fire, and then of course darkness and holy take each other out anyway. So
yeah, like the weaknesses make sense. It's just that I don't like. I like the effects.
Well, I don't understand I don't understand how fire beats lightning, but yeah.
Yeah, but like I like how how the effects apply. Like fire makes enemies explode. Water gives damage over time.
Chokes you basically.
Yeah, it's damage over time. Lightning is more damage while you're juggling them, which is always fun to do. So I like those effects, but I don't like the other like applications of the elements.
Yeah.
So yeah,
like,
that's kind.
I mean, sure the Warrior games sort of has started to use that kind of thing too, but it was mostly just to. There was no real added effect except for the abilities that came with the with the weapons. But like you had Man, Heaven, and Dragon, and each of them was better than the other. So
yeah, I realized why they do it is to give the game a.
Well, that's mostly because in Dynasty Wars they started adding the whole like you can switch weapons. You can have two different weapons at the same time. I usually went with two of the same weapon because then I have the EX move for the character because everyone has a specific move that they can only use basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's more like I understand why they do it, is to give the game more complexity, and that's good and fine. But it's yeah, it's not the most well done thing in the world.
Of course not.
Anyway, new character.
Anyway, couldn't you have changed a different song than this?
No, guess
Why
I'm lazy,
not? Yeah, you are.
and also I didn't think of it when I recorded. Anyway, Rudo. She is a water-based character, obviously.
Is this the first time we played her?
Well, the first time we played as her properly, I showed her
Oh,
off.
okay, yeah, just wondering, so.
Yeah, we showed her off quickly in some video where we showed off a defeat all enemies mission.
Okay.
But it was just quickly, and it wasn't really a good mission.
Alright.
So yeah.
This one, alright.
Yeah, this is a much better take.
Of course, because all the combos also in there.
Yeah, and also because the thing about Rudo is that she's a very good crowd control character.
Oh yeah.
Not so much single target, but she has a move where she can do good damage against single target enemies, but other than that, she's mostly good against crowds. So obviously a normal mission, she shines in normal missions, but you know, in specialized defeat the enemy type or whatever, that she's not as good.
Or those like character quizzes.
Yeah, she's not the best character, so obviously you have to play them as her at some point. In any case, her big gimmick here is that whenever she uses a special attack, it charges up her water meter. And when you press whenever the water meter is filled up a bit, you can press the strong attack button to start shooting a bunch of waves in front of you towards the enemies. If when the bar is emptied, she will dive down into the ground and she will do a big wave. Then, depending on how much bar you had filled, she will do a bigger wave.
She's basically every surfer dude's wet dream. Can always hang 10.
Yeah, the funny thing is that her if you ever had a full water meter, like essentially when you see her skills start to shine brightly,
Shine on.
Yeah. Whenever they start to shine brightly, if you use if you do her final wave, so to speak, it actually has a ridiculously long range. As you saw that before, I don't know. I think it is the splash from when a wave crashes down that also hits enemies.
Yes.
Like I'm not sure, but yeah.
Again, she is a master of crowd control, so.
Yeah. Not to mention her, like we should definitely also mention her fifth combo attack, where she also does a giant wave, and that hits a lot of enemies.
Is this when she rides the wave technically?
Yes.
Like she becomes the wave?
Yeah, she controls the wave, dude.
And we got almost the entire cat. Like we couldn't actually make a Hyrule version of Captain Planet.
Yeah, right. Fire is Fire Rod Link.
No, that's Runa.
Oh yeah, obviously. Duh.
Earth is ball and chain link.
Yeah, the lightning weapon is the.
Yes.
Yeah, but this is the wave attack that she has. Her fifth combo attack. It has a ridiculously huge range. It will. Yeah, it
carries so much.
It carries very long. It can take out up to 50, 60 enemies just in one shot, and it hits enemies behind it. It hits enemies in front of it. It hits enemies 2 meters to the sides of it.
To the left.
It basically is her best attack, and it works against.
It's more or less the one you want to finish on every time. So.
The only time where you might not want to finish it on is against single target enemies, and that's kind of where you want to use her first combo attack, the one where she kind of just does a quick attack towards the enemies. But again, she doesn't really have a.
Although this one is pretty decent too, actually. This one can actually make them be in the animation all the time, so they also deals a loads of damage.
Yeah, but again, it's not as good as her.
Of course not.
Yeah, as her giant wave. Either for giant waves.
Now, if only getting her level 3 was easy.
Yeah,
I still need that one.
we still are a ways from that. I said we won't be able to cheese it because Rude only has one weapon. But oh well.
Oh well, we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah. But this part of actually I kept this part in because this is a pretty good example of just how good of a crowd control character Rudo is. We have a bunch of captains here, but because I can just continuously use crowd attacks.
I mean, see, that was just a goddamn weak point smash going on there, and it just disrupted so many in one go.
Yeah.
And
we have
here we
wave,
go.
splash, and another giant weak point smash. Yeah, so it's just ridiculous. It hits a lot of it. Even her weak point smash has a ridiculous range. It's again. I think it's because of the splash when
Watch
the
out,
bubble
it's
explodes.
Watch out! It's a tornado.
Uh,
I'm here all week, guys. You're never gonna get rid of me.
Oh no. Another good thing about Rudo actually is that she, because all of her attacks, well, all of her combo attacks at least, have a water element to it. She will always, and whenever you use the, but is it basically what that means is that whenever you use any of her combo attacks, you will be applying a water damage over time.
The water effect would apply when they get, start choking on water.
Yeah, thanks for explaining that better than I could. But yeah,
Well, when you stumble upon any words, I can always start to what is better to summarize this, scrambled words.
I should be better than this, god damn it.
But, you should!
I should, really, honestly. I went to I went to...
You went to what now?
An English based school, I guess you could say.
Basically, when they talk English all day.
Yeah, 50% English.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I went to normal schooling, yet I seem to be I English much better.
Well, see, this is what happens. Like, the problem with having a 50% English, 50% Swedish school is that you end up, mixing the languages a lot.
Yeah, I know, actually. I'm not faulty for that. I think it's better to have either
one or the other, honestly, yeah.
Yeah, either full Swedish or full English. But the main reason also because, again, no, I don't talk much Swedish outside, but since I spend most of my time here in internet and Skype and talk with friends, English is more or less becomes, sure, it's still my second language. It still makes fault. I stumble upon my words myself. I look for words because I can't remember what they were called in English.
Yeah, that happens a lot. And also, it also doesn't help. It also doesn't help that I just, in general, stumble over my words because.
Yeah, I know that. I talk to you in both languages.
Yeah, it's. When present specimen, I cannot talk any language. In any case, so yeah, Rudo is a good character. Well, she isn't. I mean,
she's above mid. She's above mid tier, so she's not up there, but she's. At least,
yeah, it's mostly because of her crowd control abilities that makes her a good character. So,
yeah.
But
if you have two players, you could always have her do all the crowd control. They have the character made for single character.
Yeah, and if you play the 3DS version, you could have another character back her up on boss stages. So,
yeah, that too. I usually do that when I if I'm forced one, and I just pick someone I know better would handle the situation.
Best part about the 3DS version is that you can switch characters in game, in missions.
Yeah, although I do not like the free mode actually, because apparently you're forced to pick 3 characters you want to play with, and they can actually. The funny part is that they actually become the characters in the mission. Like if let's say you have Sora instead of Sheik in one mission, she gets all what Sheik is supposed to do. That's what she does instead during the mission.
Well, that's interesting. Didn't know that.
Yeah. I had one time because I was thinking maybe I can do this and make it easier for Agatha to level up, and apparently I put her in the Zelda role in the very first mission, so she did all the stuff Zelda needed to do.
So did she also get kidnapped at the end of the mission? Well, sorry, did she also disappear?
She disappeared.
Really?
She disappeared. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Huh.
I was kind of surprised by that too. I was because when it started, she was where Zelda is, but you're then supposed to switch to her to capture the keep to open up to continue on.
That's really weird, but also kind of interesting, honestly.
You can then place wherever you know where Zelda's gonna be. You can have Ganondorf, and he does all the helping for you instead.
that's stupid. That's really stupid. But
But the voice lines are by the icon, like is still the Zelda talking, and it's still her when they deliver the voice, deliver the line and stuff like that. So
you learn something new every day, I guess.
Oh, I got something else you can learn. Did you know in the 3DS version that during the loading time, if you press LR,
Yeah, L R X B and
X Y Y and B, you actually start playing the ocarina.
Yeah, I should have
And
mentioned that.
and you can actually play the songs from Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask if you remember how they went.
Yeah, it's really good. It's a really fun feature. I should have mentioned that a long time ago, but I keep forgetting how to do it. So thank you for mentioning that.
Actually, I've been trying like I should mention it next time we do recording. Now I just remember it, so I was just like I should probably mention it now.
Yeah, yeah.
So I've been like during sometimes I've been sitting there 5 straight minutes just like trying to do the Zelda lullaby and all those like trying to remember like how did it go now and
It is remember the memories.
it makes me want to play Ocarina of Time again. I haven't played that in a while, so
Yeah,
that's a feature.
that's a feature. It's a good feature.
It's a feature.
It's a good feature, and I wish the Wii version would do that.
Yeah.